welcome to the weekly market rag for Sunday, January 06, 2008. Well, let's just hope the rest of the year doesn't go like this first week. It was pretty ugly out there. We ended up closing Friday down some pretty good numbers here. The Dow was down over 250 points. That's about 2%. We lost about 2.5% on the S&P and almost 4% on the NASDAQ. Friday's move down also changed a lot of trends on the daily basis out there. Coming over to the broad market sentiment grid, our weekly trends are still flat, as you guys are going to see, and we are in the bottom of these lower areas right now. This has kicked up a lot of these extreme low sell signals. We've got it on each and every index. So I'm more in the camp of I'm expecting a bounce here, and you'll see why when we look at the weekly charts. Euro, everything's looking good. We've got some extreme highs on both gold and the bonds right now. Looking at a chart of the S&P 500, this big move down took us to the bottom of this lower channel here. Now we're still sideways, but we've formed this definite lower high right now. That's a little bit disheartening for this overall market. Jumping over to a daily chart, you can see Friday's move down actually broke this prior low. So we now have lower highs and lower lows in place. That's a downtrend. The question is, will this carry over to the bigger time frame and see if we actually break support? You have the same situation here on the Dow. The NASDAQ, which had been the only one holding its uptrend together, lost that and now falls into the flat category. Here's oil, which again, nice big move, still hanging around this all-time high area. Gold, after breaking out, took that little pullback here and had a nice move up. A trade now seems like the risk reward's pretty off. As we look at the sentiment here on the sectors, you see the same sort of situation we did on the majors. We have several extreme low situations. That means a bounce in some of these sectors isn't out of the question. You've got the same situation, consumer discretion low in a downtrend, financials in a downtrend, semis and transports, all in the red here. One interesting one that's catching my eye is currently the weekly trend, and I'll show you this on a chart, is flat for technology. These are on the floor of the weekly ranges, both the industrials and technologies. They might be interesting plays here if the market ends up breaking down. Here's your transports in this downtrend. Again, big move down and continue to the downtrend even on a daily basis. Semiconductors breaking through this little support area with a lot of strength and a big move down on that. Not too much room down to this next area. The financials continue their slide. We're in a similar situation here with technology, as you can see. Little support area right here, failure to make a new high. If we get under this, a lot of room to the downside. One of the strong areas out there are these consumer staples. They're holding their uptrend together, as well as utilities. And you've got consumer discretionary falling all the way back down to this old support area. We'll see if it ends up holding. As we take a look over at our portfolio, we've been holding on to a few shorts and that one weekly long. We've got just about 35% of our buying power in play, or roughly about 70% of your money. And most of that's allocated to the short side. Here, I've done some risk shaving and got most of the projected risk out of these shorts for the time being. As you can see, the closing R, we're up about 3.5 Rs on these short positions. My stop placement on these shorts are going to revolve around trying to capture some of this money, all while trying to hold out for the bigger gains. So I'm going to go ahead and give this market a rating of 1. I just feel a bounce is coming. These extreme low signals are a little scary for me. We'll hold on to what we have, see if we can't survive and milk some extra money out of that. Our portfolio rating's at a 1. That means that we're above all our moving averages on our account line. So everything looks good here. I just don't want to place too many new orders. The orders I am going to place out there, we're going to run with very tight stops and book whatever the market gives us. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.